You'll get out there. Make sure you put that sunblock on. We've been talking about it all morning. You know, you may not think a few minutes here in the sun going to do some damage, but you are wrong.
That's right. Earlier this week, Lindsay Sablon met with the experts at the Center PC to see their Visia machine, which takes pictures of your face to look for sunspots. And that's where we find her now. And Lindsay, you mentioned you were shocked by some of these results.
Yeah, guys, like I told you a little bit earlier, I did get my picture taken late last week, and I was actually really surprised by the results. I think when I thought about this machine before, Karen, I thought, oh, it had to be someone who maybe used a tanning bed every day or spent every single day out in the sun. They're going to show skin or sunspot damage, and actually, I haven't spent every single day out in the sun, and I have damage already. And like you mentioned before, more than I probably should for my age.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so let's explain kind of what we're looking at first with this machine.
Well, what this is showing is this can show surface damage. What you're seeing with the green spots here, it's showing the surface damage. And then we can go to what it's going to look like underneath.
Okay.
And this is basically some sun damage that's already underneath that's going to pop out, you know, possibly in the next several years. And one thing I was telling you is that for your age, you know, that's probably a lot already.
And what she's talking about are those little yellow spots right there. And you guys could see we're going to show a different picture. We're going to actually show Karen's picture too. If I have to be embarrassed, you have to be embarrassed on TV. But you can see when we just took that regular picture, just looking at me, versus showing the one where it's dark with the yellow spots, how much damage really kind of points out. And looking at us, you wouldn't necessarily think we have a lot of damage, just looking at us face to face. So, what do we have next is your picture. I think this was taken recently too. Same kind of thing, right? Okay, so here's regular, and then
and you can see where with you, Lindsay, you had a lot more natural protection, whereas I don't. I'm much more fair, and you can see the more white in the skin. That's the less protection, less natural pigment. All the yellow is the damage as well.
Okay, real quick, we have a minute. So if someone were to do this, what benefits can come out of this? I mean, if they know, oh man, I have all this damage already, what can I do now? Is there something they can do?
There is. They can look at it and they can do one basic thing and say, I'm just going to continue to protect myself. Boy, I need to use sunscreen more often, stay out of the tanning beds. Or they could actually use some prescription medications, products, treatments, peels, things like that we do here in the office that could actually, we call it turning back the clock. Take some of that away, take some of that damage away so you won't have more of it, you know, down the road.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I can't tell you enough how I was so surprised by all of that. That's actually a very cool machine. It simulates age and everything, too. And if you guys are interested, we're going to compare and contrast a couple of the generic sunscreens out there and talk about clothing protection when it comes to the summer months. It's all going to be on my blog on the Morning Show webpage. Just go check that out a little bit later on. I'll be talking to them a little bit more about all of this.
Really neat stuff. Thank you very much, Lindsay.